Hey everyone, so today's Bible story is just about using your words carefully. It's Proverbs 12:18, which is the words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. So the first activity, we're gonna make these fun little cups that we're calling them sounding boards. So they make a whole bunch of noise, and the reason is that the cup is a sounding board. And so we're gonna have some fun with these. You will have cups that already have a hole in them, so you won't have to poke a hole in them. You should probably have also a string with a paper clip tied on it. Hopefully not a hair on there too, what the heck. And so you'll have to give each one a cup, take the string and just take a nail or something and just poke it through to get the string through there. Reach up and pull that through, and then the paper clip is holding the string on. And then all they have to do is get a paper towel, get it a little wet, and then they've got a wet paper towel, and they just grab a hold of the string and pull on it. And they have to kind of hold the string and pull with the water. And so it's got to be kind of tight. They'll get the hang of it. If they do it too loose, it won't make much of a sound. If they do it too tight, they won't be able to move. So they'll kind of get the hang of it. And then once they get the hang of it, you're going to divide them into two teams. Oh, also, sorry. You'll have a label. Now, we're talking about words, hurting and healing. And so you'll have, I didn't make them yet. I didn't print them yet. So I just wrote this one. But it will say think, which is your acronym. You can write it on the board and review it with them. And it's think, the T is it true? H, is it helpful? I, is it inspiring? N, is it necessary? K, is it kind? And that's the things we can stop and think about before we say what we're thinking about saying is, is it true? But is it necessary? Is it kind? So if we review it, it meets all those criteria, go ahead and say it. Then they can stick it on their cup, and that can remind them to use their words wisely. And then also you can talk about how we're a sounding board for God. Like we can help others see God by what we say with our words being healing, but we can also be going the other way and having our words cut like a sword. We don't want to do that. And so just have a good discussion about that. And then, like I said, you can divide them into two teams, and you'll have some review questions. You'll get them into two teams, and you'll have one kid come up at a time. And then you're going to read the review question. And they've got to be ready with their cup. And when you read the review question, whoever has the right answer first makes noise. Then they get to answer. If they get it right, they get a point. If they get it wrong, the other team can steal, sort of thing. So, and then if you have a little bit of extra time still, there is another activity. You can just give them a piece of paper. This one, I wrote the actual verse. But you want to just review the verse and then have them, if they don't want, they can write the verse if they want to. But make sure they write a sword. Yes, I'm quite the sword artist, as you can see. So we got a sword. Hopefully they can draw a better one. And then a Band-Aid, or they could do a medical bag. So it's got the Caudacious with the snake going through it. Yeah, something like that. Probably should stick with a Band-Aid. It's easier to draw for me anyways. So something that reminds them of healing anyways. So Band-Aid, it could be a stethoscope. Something that just kind of reminds them of healing. And then you're going to have a page of statements as well. So the statements, you're going to read them to them. And there's some that are in bold. The ones that are in bold can kind of go either way. And so if that's the case, read them both ways. So basically, you're going to read it, and then you're going to give them scissors, okay? And you're going to give them tape. And so the first one's no one likes you, okay? That cuts, right? That hurts. They're going to cut their paper, right? And they don't have to cut a piece off. They can also just cut like this if they want. It's probably harder to do the pieces. And then the next one's sure, we can hang out sometime. Well, that will be a healing one, okay? But that one's also in bold, so be well, sure, I guess we could hang out sometime. That one's not, So the bold ones are going to read it both. Why did you do that? That can be a cutting one, but it'd be like, oh, why'd you do that? Why'd you do it that way? Like, it can also be like a healing, like having a conversation. So just have a conversation about not only the fact of what we say, but how we say it and express ourselves. You know, our body language, our tone can also convey things. So just talk about, you know, so, you know, you've got your cuts, and then you can also have those words that'll heal those cuts. So talk about, you know, what kind of words they want to use, what kind of word God wants us to use, and just have a really good discussion about, you know, like I said, how you say your words, how you convey it it can be either cut like a sword or it can heal. So let's make sure our words are healing. Thanks for all you do.